Yes, sir.
Okay. So good. Speak something like that. No problem. I'm also exhausted. So the thing is storage and virtualization. These two things are uh, part. So today we'll finish this storage. Today is Thursday, right? So we'll finish the storage, and tomorrow we'll see the virtualization. How much we can able to complete it, we'll see. Main important is the terminologies, guys. If in case if I miss to show you the practical part, already previous class I done a practical thing, so you can view it if you want to do practical way. Okay, or you want to try to understand what is there, what is going on, so you can see it. If possible, I will show you now. Okay, depends upon time. Okay, first I will cover all the main parts of this storage related. What is storing? So first part is like store, like where you will store. You will store in a disk, right? Normally you store in a disk or floppy disk, hard disk, CD-ROM, right? So like that, we store the data into some place. What is a storage? Means we store something. We store data. Data means pictures, files, documents, videos. Everything is a storage only. Like YouTube is a storage space. YouTube is a storage place, right? Okay, we store data in YouTube in a streaming. Okay, Google account, so Google Drive, we store the data in that one. Your hard disk, you store the data in the hard disk. You store virtual machine in the hard disk. That is a storing. Next, this storage can be gone anytime, like maybe fault in the disk, or maybe it can be uh, data can be deleted accidentally, or maybe because of some application. Okay, so what are the data you store that can be gone from your system, right? So what you have to do, you have to back up the data. You have to back up. So in a storage, you have a two things: storage and as well as back up the stored data. Tools. Third part is to do the backup or to maintain the storage. So we need a tools. Of course, the tool parts is a lot of two different tools are there that you can type in a Google, like what are the backup tools are there. You can see net backup, Commvault, or a different organization giving different kind of storage things for storage and as well as a backup. Tools are there. Okay, tools for maintaining storage related tools are there. Backup related tools are there. So these are the things in your storage part. So simple, right? Uh, First, we will see the storage. First, we'll see the storage. Where do you store the data? So normally, so where we store the data. So we store normally in a disk, right? So we'll store the data in a disk. So what type of disk are there, and what type of connections we are following to disk? Disk and disk connections. Okay. So earlier days there are using a IDE type of disk. IDE type of disk. So connection is IDE. So it is directly connected to your motherboard. So system connected to disk, right? So IDE type of disk is there. So there again a new technology came up that is called ATA. Under IDE interface, there is a new technology came up, ATA. So in the ATA there is a PATA, then SATA. Okay? PATA, SATA. So we'll put it in everything in caps. We'll put it in a caps. IDE. Okay, ATA technology came up from IDE. So it still it is type of the disk is IDE type of disk. Some we call it as like this. And then they came with a PATA. PATA means Parallel Advanced Technology Environment. ATA Advanced Technology and Attachment. Sorry, Parallel Advanced Technology Attachment. Serial Advanced Technology Attachment. This is the another way it is came. So latest one. Okay. So in IDE, if you take a motherboard, so there is a connections of IDE, so we can connect the hard disk. when ATA technology came up, so the IDE is the connector changed and the chip is same, IDE chip only. Okay, IDE type of chip only. It means it's ATA. Pata type of connections came up, and how it is look like. So we'll see that one. This is a motherboard, and here it is a hard disk. Okay, and here this is a PATA connections. Difference between a connector in a connector wise, difference between IDE and PATA connection is IDE have a 80 pin connector, PATA having a 40 pin connector. So in a connector wise, IDE it's a 80 pin connector, the connector where you put it. PATA is 40 pin connector. It's a bus connector. So that we are connected with a bus only. So you can search in a Google also. You can show. I will show you that. Mm, IDE connectors. Why my the Google is become very slow? So this is the IDE type of connectors. The 40 pin connector. So on a motherboard, it is look like this one. Okay. So like this. Okay. These two. Okay. Here it is showing in a color wise, like a white color and blue color. To differentiate a little bit. That's it. Not much differences are there. And this is two in a black color. One is a smaller. The smaller one usually for a floppy disk. This is for a hard disk and both of this. Okay. This is a 40 pin connector. It's a ribbon cables are there. Okay, parallel advanced technology. Okay. So if you see this one, this is a this side is IDE connector means like a PATA connector, and this is SATA connector. So this is in a hard disk we have a connector type. Okay. So this is a on hard disk, like you can see a hard disk or a CD RAM. This is CD RAM. This is the connector. Okay. So one second. See, this is the connector on a hard disk. This is hard disk only. Yeah, this is hard disk connector. This is power connector, and this is a IDE 40 pin connector. And this ribbon cable is going to connect here, and as well as a motherboard also. So I can go to motherboard like this. This is a motherboard. This is a motherboard connector. Okay. These are a ribbon cable. Okay, like this. So these are the connectors on motherboard. So old style IDE 80 pin and new style means like a later style is PATA connectors only. Okay, connector identification. So is giving what type of so where we are connected, there is a numbering system is also given. So this is how we will connect the hard disk, and we are connecting like this. Hard disk, CD RAM, DVD RAM earlier days. It is there. This is a converter, power converter. Okay, these are the connections. Okay, okay. So this is 40 pin, 80 pin connector. So this is connected with a ribbon cable. So that is very difficult to draw. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, that's don't spend time on drawing. So, yeah, the cable is like this. Okay. Okay. We'll connect it like this. Okay. And so cable is connected like this. Okay. That's it. Now follow. So we'll see. Okay, like this. You know, yeah. So, okay, cable is connected like this. So I will draw directly. So no problem. Okay, it is connected, and here one more connector is there. So we can connect a two disk here. Okay, understand, two disk we can able to connect like this. We can connect four drives. We can connect a four drives. Okay, so for a total one basic system, we can connect a four drives. How can? So this is the connector, right? So two PATA connectors. The ribbon cable, the cable is completely like if you take one cable, it is has two connectors for that. Totally three plugs are there. Like this is the connector. You see, this is the connector. This is going to hard disk. Sorry, this is going to motherboard, and these two are connected to drivers. Drives. So what is the drives we can say here it is. So where my notepad, okay. Yeah. What is a drive means I'm saying here it can be CD-ROM or can be hard disk. Can be CD-ROM, hard disk, CD read and write or CD-ROM, CD read and write hard disk like that is there. So we can able to connect it. So okay. So each cable we can able to connect four drives. We can able to connect for PATA connector. For each connector we can connect a two drives. We can connect. So how many PATA connectors are there? Two PATA connectors by default. Okay, two PATA connectors are there. So then we can connect maximum four drives. We can connect either four hard disk or a two hard disk, two CD-ROMs, three hard disk, one CD-ROM like that. So one hard disk we can connect it, one hard disk, one CD-ROM generally, or totally four based on what you choose it. Okay, so like that. So in a PATA connectors are there. Okay, now in a here SATA. Okay, in one SATA connector, how many drives we can connect? We can connect one drive only. Okay, and how many SATA connectors by default? Four SATA connectors are there. Okay, on motherboard, four SATA sockets are there. And next, how many drives we can connect it now? So four drives we can able to connect it. Okay, either like a CD-ROM, DVD-ROM like that. It is showing six, but no, actually four only by default. By default, I'm saying it is like certain motherboards may have a more connector like a server motherboard kind of stuff. Then it is different. Compare to PATA, SATA speed is high. Then you can search like how much speed difference is there. You can search it. Generally, SATA data speed rate is 6 GB. Sorry, G should be capital. Okay, yes, 6 Gbps. Okay, per second. So small bit per second. Okay, ID or PATA speed. I don't know PATA speed. Okay, it's a variable speed is there. SATA is capable of the speed and the connector speed that is it is giving. This is the speed. If you can see data transfer speed is 66, 100, 133 megabits per second, whereas SATA is 150, 300, 600. It's almost very higher than almost three times higher than normal speed. Okay, so three times higher than a SATA speed. So like that. That is a connector speed 6 Mbps. So then you should not consider that one. Data transfer speed is different, but normally connector disk connector speed is like that. SATA disk connector speed up to 6 Gbps. Why? Because of SSD also high speed, right? So that one. So disk types, we are getting a SATA disk, ID disk, ID to PATA. So this is one side, and SATA disk is there. Okay. Then SCSI disk also came up. Okay. SCSI, the by we are calling it connectors, right? So SCSI also there. What is this SCSI? Anybody? What is SCSI? SCSI. What is SCSI? SCSI abbreviation. Maybe written in exams, right? At least. Don't you remember? Very good. What is SCSI? Very good. All computer system. System. Oh yeah, my hands are typing differently. Interface. Very good. Now it is typing. Small computer. I put a L and I remove the L also. Small computer system interface. Very good. Good. You remember. Okay. Small computer system interface. What is this small computer system? Remember, we have a limited disk number is only 4. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am putting a motherboard. Now I can connect 4 disks, right? So we'll talk about the limitations first. How many disks we can connect it? We can connect a 4 disk normally, and we are connecting directly on the disk. Okay, so we are connecting 4 disks. We can able to connect it, right? So we have a 4 SATA ports or a 2 IDE ports. Each port we can connect it to. So totally 4 drives we can able to connect it. For example, I'm working on a very big project. I need a at least 6 disks are required. I need a 6 disk. So how can I get it? We can't get the 6 disks. I need a 10 disk. I can't get it. I have 20 disks. I cannot get it. So higher number of disks connected. Higher number of drive connection not possible. Okay. Higher number of drive connections are not possible. So that is the one thing. Okay. Not possible. That is the one thing. Second one is, for example, each disk is like a 1 terabyte of disk. Think like 1 terabyte of disk. So lot of clients are there. They are accessing my data. Lot of clients are there. They are accessing my data. So I cannot process entire disk related data, disk drive sharing. The entire process I can't able to do it because my process also working with a different thing. Okay, and I can't able to nothing. Why it is making so? But still 10 members only. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so whatever it is saying, it is. Oh, again. Okay, okay. Charan sir given a message. Power cut. Okay, because of summer power is cutting. So whatever it is, there some work is going on. So immediately it came. Okay, whatever it is. My point is, I have a disk. 4 disks are a limitation, but if I want more disk, I can't get it. I have a more data. So more data is there. Lot of data transmission, storing, accessing. So much of data is there. My motherboard processor cannot able to handle entire traffic. So that is another issue. 2 issues I solved. Okay. One more is there. Important thing is if okay, if you want to disconnect, if you want to disconnect a disk, or a disk is not working, I want to disconnect the disk. Okay, I want to disconnect the disk and connect another disk. Maybe, for example, connect another disk. What to do? Normally, you have to shut down the PC because it is connected internally. So it's not like USB drive, right? It is not USB. It is internally. It is connected, fixing a connection like a to SATA port or IDE port. So we are connecting directly. So that is we cannot. disconnect it, or we cannot connect the new disk. Okay, we cannot connect it, we cannot disconnect it while system is alive. While system is alive. Okay, so understand, while system is live, while system is live means running, while system is running, okay, we cannot disconnect the device. Okay, we cannot disconnect the device. Okay, understand how to do it. So you have to shut down the PC first. Shut down the PC. Shut down the PC. Then made a changes like a connect or a disconnect. We cannot connect also. We cannot connect and we cannot disconnect the device. Internally, like a hard disk, hard disk, CD-ROM, RAM, or maybe floppy disk, like graphic card, like that. So on main system interfaces, we cannot able to connect or disconnect while system is running. So first we have to turn off, then made change. Change means connect or disconnect. Change means connect or disconnect. Okay, then turn off. Verify. Always you have to follow. So, do you know what is this meaning? What is the meaning of this one? When you are when your system is running, we cannot able to connect the devices. Only we have to shut down the PC, then make a connections or disconnections or changes anything. Then you can able to turn on and verify whether it is connected or not. So, what is this meaning? Anybody have an idea? Salman also can. What is the meaning of swap? Oh, oh, oh. What is the meaning of swap? Swap meaning. Swap meaning is changing. Changing. Swap means changing. Changing like replacing. Changing or a replacing. What is swap? Swap means usually like a not swap memory. Swap memory is a different one. Not much different, but swap means swappable. Swap or swappable means changeable. Changing. Okay, like you have a spectacles. For example, someone they have a two pairs of specs. So for example, one for reading, one for going out, like a black one. Okay, swappable, right? You swap the thing, like you put a reading glasses in a home and put a sunglasses outside, right? Swapping. Changing. Okay, changing or so there is a something you have to replace and give it, put it in a new one. That is swappable. Like your brother has a new mobile phone. You got another new mobile phone, so you will swap your old mobile phone with your brother. So that is a swappable. Swap means changing. So you have a very good knowledge on English, but I'm trying to say, what is a cold swappable? Cold swapping means whenever here it is there given. So what is a cold swappable is in terms to describe process of installing, connecting or disconnecting a hardware device that required the computer be turned off during the installation. That is called a cold swappable. So this is called a cold swappable. So you have to press the home button, right? That is enough. And this is the home button. What is a cold swappable? Is a term used to describe process of installing, connecting, or disconnecting a hardware device that require a computer turn off during installation. See, that's a computer. Then, what is the opposite of cold swappable is hot swappable. What is the term for that one? So it is hot swappable. What is hot swappable? Okay, this is the replacement of hardware, TV, power supply, or a device with single device. While computer using its remaining operating, the replacement can be because of device failure or storage to the substitute other data. So he's giving something. What do you mean by hot swappable? It's also given. What is hot means? Active or a power on condition. Okay, so it's not in the same terminology. What is a hot swappable? So when system is on condition, you can able to change the device. So I copy this one. So just for a purpose only, just for understanding only. Okay. So what is a hot swappable? When system is on, okay, when system is on, you can able to replace something like you are connecting a pen drive. You are connecting a pen drive. That is hot swappable. You connect a monitor, hot swappable. You insert a CD, hot swappable. CD-ROM is not hard swappable, but CD is a hard swappable. So when you are changing something, that time still system is on condition. Hot means active or on condition. So you need to turn off the system for installing a USB connector, right? So you are connected pen drive, or you connected a printer using USB connection or a direct plug connection, backend plug connection. You connected a keyboard, you connected a mouse. You don't require to restart your PC or maybe in order to shut down the PC. So directly you can connect it. That we call it as a hot swappable. Okay, but normally your hard disk are cold swappable. It means you must shut down the PC. So that is another one. Okay, so I'm going with this one. Okay, these three issues presently I am putting in this one. Okay, also we'll get other benefits of SCSI. So normally what are the issues I said? So if you need a more number of drives connection, we cannot make it because of we have a limited number of ports on the hard disk by default. Okay, and if you have a more number of drives and you have a lot of data and lot of data accessing is there, we cannot manage the drives continuously. So by because of our process has so many other works also there. Okay, the process should handle both the data transmission and as well as the processing thing, so it cannot handle. So we need that another issue also, we need a separate processor for that one. Next, our disks are cold swappable means whenever you change the disk, for example a disk is not working or maybe I want to attach a new disk. I have a two disk are there, now I want to attach a third disk. I have to shut down the entire PC. So meantime the service is down, so never get a service down. Okay, so like this. Of course I want to tell a few point here. Okay, so if I got a chance then I will repeat this point. Okay, so that is system down or a service down. So you went to the ATM and you put a card and you're saying no money, no service, sorry, system down. Okay, like this. You will have no right. You went to the reservation counter and ask for sir, I want to reserve. Sorry, system down or service down. You went to office like a government office or maybe a bank or maybe Airtel showroom. No, system down, service down. Okay, so what is this? So down means unable to provide a service. right? Hmm. So our organizations, like there is a topic called ITL. What is the main aim of ITL? Also, will tell. Okay, but organization usually while we are a hobby in India. So what is that? So we go to the ATM and ATM is not working. Nothing you do, so just we'll come back home silently. We are sitting, right? So otherwise, you will go to the another ATM. We'll get an angry on our ATM, so we'll get to another ATM. If it is works, good. Otherwise, again we'll go to another ATM. So we don't complain on it. And you are paying taxes for using ATM. ATM service is not free. They are giving you ATM card and they are charging on ATM card also. They are charging on using ATM. They are charging on sending a message also. So you draw your money. So thousand, you draw 1,000 rupees. To it will send you 1,000 rupees. You withdraw and this is the remaining balance. To send that message also, they are charging. For example, you didn't get a message because of some reason. Okay, so you can file a complaint also. No problem. There's a consumer farm also there. But in a organization wise, I'm talking in organization wise, like a Cognizant also having so many clients. I'm also having, we are, Savant is also having clients. Okay. So, an organization failed to provide a particular service. They said service down, then they will give an a complaint. So that is, we call it as when it is down. For example, morning 10 o'clock, it is down. And it worked after 1 hour, like 11 o'clock. That is called a down time. Service down from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. That is the downtime. Uptime means when the service is available, that is uptime. When service is not available, that is called a downtime. So you should maintain a downtime is always zero 0%. That is the best. It means 100% uptime. Downtime means zero, means 100%. Uptime you should maintain. Try to maintain 100%. And there is few things are there. Okay. Of course, no company maintain 100% uptime in generally, but still there is a 94% like that. It will like a yearly 15 minutes is allowed downtime yearly, 15 minutes, not daily 15 minutes. Okay, there are a lot of things are there, so we'll go to the understand the term downtime. So search for downtime also if you when your time. Okay, guys. So this is what is why I told downtime also. If I shut down my server and connect a new disk, and now what will happen? Meanwhile, shut down to start again and again complete service start. Meantime, that is called as a downtime. So every time you are getting a downtime means your service efficiency will decreases. The way you are providing a service to a customer, so the customer will feel always is a service down. So you lose the customer, you lose the confidence in the customers also. So be careful in that. And that is ITL. Okay. So here three things I said. So what is the use of this SCSI? What is the use of this SCSI? We'll see. It's a small computer system interface. The name itself say it is small computer system interface. This is your motherboard. Okay. Think like it is a motherboard. Okay. And this is a interface card on a motherboard. Okay, we can't do 3D graphics here. This is a interface on your motherboard. Okay, so in this interface it contains a small processor, small RAM. It won't have like a graphic card only. It contains a processor, RAM, BIOS, memory is there. So what is the motherboard content? Motherboard having a processor, RAM, BIOS and IO interfaces. Got it? IO interfaces are there, CPU is there, RAM is there, and BIOS is there. This is we call it as a system, right? This is what we call it as a system. What is a system? Which contains a processor, RAM, BIOS, and IO interfaces. Means interfaces, connectors. But this is not a full system. This is a small system. Okay, okay, small computer. So they call it a small computer. So like small system. So small computer. This is a small, and it is a system interface. It's like a graphic card. Maybe if you see a graphic card, you are inserting into motherboard, right? So it's a graphic. So I will show you that how it is look like. It is. Is it slow or anything happened today? Okay, it is look like this one. See, let it come. Okay, so have you seen this is going to motherboard? Okay, so you can type like a motherboard interface also. So you can connect it. So you can see these things. Okay, so here these are the connectors and drives also there. You can click these things, you can get it. So different type of connectors are there for a interface connector, but normally you have to insert into the motherboard. So you have to open the motherboard images, so then you can get it. Motherboard. Okay, these are the motherboard different normal motherboard interface. Okay, so can you see this is a AGP connectors, white connectors I need. So can you see this is a PCS slots are there. So you are connecting a SCSI controller to these white interfaces, like you can see in a close. Okay, you are connecting your SCSI controller on this one. So you can type something type like that, you will get it. So no, this is a SCSI controller. Okay, so this is IDE controller, not SCSI controller. Like this. This is our adapter. See, you can see like this bus is there now. You have to connect it to motherboard. This is a onboard SCSI connector. Onboard SCSI connector. Okay, not direct interface. So some of motherboard contains onboard SCSI connectors also there. Okay, this is one kind of SCSI. So this is going to the motherboard. Okay, so this I have put a 200. Right? Okay. So this is one example of SCSI connector. This is going to motherboard, and it contains a two plugs this side. Can you see this is a two SATA connectors type is there. So PATA connectors are there. Like this is a connecting outside of the system. This is connecting inside of the system. You have to search for things. Okay, today what happening? I don't know. There is a power connector. This is not belongs to this one. This is different power connector. That is direct motherboard power supply connectors. It's okay. So we'll see where are we here. Okay. So what is this use of this one? So why it is called as a SCSI? Because the this is contain a process, RAM, BIOS, and interfaces also. So that's why we call it as a small computer. It is won't give you a full functionality of computer, but there is having a computer meaning part is there. That's why it called as a small computer that time. And it is a system interface. We are connecting to our system only. Okay. Next, we have a three problems, right? So I told three problems. This is a connector is like a ribbon connector is there like this. This is having a IDE type of connectors only there. PATA type of connectors in earlier days. Now changed. Okay. Now this is like this. So multiple connectors are there. It is a big connector. So each ribbon cable we can connect 15 to 25 devices. So it depends upon your ribbon and capacity of this one. Like this connectors, it is multiple connectors are there. So some are only one, some are having two, some are having three, like that. And internal and external connectors also available. Internal and external connectors also available, like IDE interfaces, like internal interfaces and external interfaces also there. You can see in a picture. So some are having multiple things. For example, can you see this is one, two, and outside is three. It is a motherboard and jumping. This is how we can able to connect it like this. This is single one. One is outside, one is inside one. Okay. So first controller. This is a connector type. This is you can see. So this is it's going to motherboard. This is external connection. So outside of your system, this is internal system. Okay. This is one. Can you see clearly now? So this is connecting internal system. This is connecting external one. This SCSI and SATA connections on board. Yeah, you can go this one. This is a two connectors are there. See, like this. Two, three connectors also. One, two, three connectors, and this is a fourth one outside. Two connectors and outside one. Okay, like that. So multiple connectors you can able to connect it. And if you see this one for external, see controller, the connection, and it is one connection is going to one hard disk, another hard disk, like this. See, and it is last is a terminator. So final one. So terminator means unused ports. You can remove it. I can't able to see my screen itself. This is a LED power connection. These are connectors, the different type of plug connections for a different type of devices. Yeah, yeah, this is I want. Can you see this is a first best a better one? You can see this is a controller. Okay, SCSI adapter. This is SCSI adapter. So internally it is connecting hard disk like this, and externally it is connecting CD-ROM and scanner also. Okay, so that is a SCSI devices. That's a SCSI, not hard disk. Is a devices. See, this is a connector is inside of system and outside it is connecting like this. This is a point wise connector, like this to this one, again this to this one, this to this one, like this. This is no extra connection. It's a terminal plug is there. Okay, you can search in a thing, like you can find a different way of connectors like this one. Okay, I've seen original one. Okay, luckily once only I've seen, but later I didn't see that one much. Okay, so here the problem of first one is multiple devices we can able to connect, multiple drives we can able to connect it. First one. Second, SCSI is a cold swap, sorry, hot swappable. SCSI is hot swappable. It means we can disconnect the drive while system is alive, so no problem, because this the adapter, SCSI adapter is taking care of, SCSI adapter is taking care of um, the process. So then it won't depends upon your main process. So it is depends upon your control adapter only. So it's a hot swappable. Like your pen drive, you can connect and disconnect it. But normally we are connecting and disconnecting. That's the only two things we said. But actually, when you connect it, you have to mount it. It's automatically mounted. And then when you disconnect it, before disconnect, You have to eject it. So eject it and disconnect it. Okay, like that we can do it. In a SCSI, we can able to add the drive and we can disconnect the drive also. That is SCSI. Third one. Third one is because of this adapter contains its own process RAM like your graphic card. So it will take care of the data transmission and maintaining these days connections and all. Okay, so it is less burden on your main processor and it will take care of this connection. So it is separated like a, when you use a graphic card while you are playing games, so less burden on main processor and burden diverted to your graphic card only. Same thing will happen when data transmission is occurs, it burden will take care by your this one only. So that is the use of this SCSI. Again, what is the advantage of using SCSI? More number of devices we can connect it. Second, it is a hot swappable. It means anytime you can connect and disconnect the device. Okay, you can connect a new one or a old one or anything you can able to connect it. It is a hot swappable. Next, what is the third? So it is interface to the board and it will manage the disk which is connected to them. Okay, and enter data transmission. So that is a three benefits it is there. And mostly SCSI will use at only for if required, if you are required to connect more type of devices like hard disk. SCSI hard disk are separate. Normal hard disk we can't connect it to SCSI. Okay, normal hard disk, SATA PATA hard disk, normal hard disk what we are using, we can't connect it to SCSI. So we have to require a SCSI hard disk, we can connect it. SCSI CD or DVD ROMs are there, we can connect it. SCSI scanners also there. Okay, I have a more number of scanners are required, like a 10 number of scanners I want to connect it to system. I can't connect it because limitation of number of ports. But SCSI having a can able to multiple connectors like this connectors, like this is connecting to like a ring topology type, connected to another one is connected to you. Okay, another one is connected to you and this is connected to others like that. And last finally termination, or you can have a ribbon connection. Normally internal hard disk will connect like this one, like this also we can connect. Okay, so like this. So usually in internally we use a hard disk part and externally we connect a CD-ROM, a scanner, SCSI printers also there. So SCSI, hard disk, CD-ROM, scanners, printers also are there. So we can able to connect to the system directly. So if you take a system, internal motherboard and you are having a SCSI connector. So when you okay. This is not good. This is your system. Think like you are having a tower server kind of stuff. And internally we have a motherboard. Think this is a motherboard. You have to give a very small gap. And this is my SCSI connector. Okay. So you can connect to outside devices and also we can connect it to internal devices also, like a mother hard disk type of devices you can able to connect it. And also you can connect outside also. So you can connect multiple number of devices, you can get it using SCSI. Very what is it? Small computer system interface. Okay, and SCSI is a hard swappable. Okay, SCSI is small computer system interface, and it is a set of standards physically connecting and transferring data between computers and peripheral devices. And SCSI is a hard swappable. Now I will write this one. It's hard swappable, and SCSI mm, uh, number of means more number of drives means hard disk we can connect. Okay, more number of drives we can able to connect, and type of devices usually like hard disk, hard disk drive, hard disk drive, HDD, hard disk drive, CD-ROM drive, CD-ROM or a CD writer. If I said CD-ROM means other things who can't connect it, like not like that. CD-ROM, SCSI, CD-ROMs we can connect it. Scanners, scanners we can able to connect it. Printers, SCSI printers also there. Printer connections also we can make it. Okay, we can connect both internally and externally to the PC. So this is a SCSI. So main point of SCSI in a disk wise, okay, in a hard disk wise, number of disk we can able to connect it. Multiple number of disks we can connect it to the SCSI. What is iSCSI? What is iSCSI? iSCSI is stand for Internet Small Computer System Interface. Internet Small Computer System Interface. Small Computer System Interface. iSCSI Small Computer System Interface. So Internet Small Computer System Interface, which we use TCP/IP protocol to access the uh, SCSI thing. It enable block level data store support between iSCSI initiator and storage over the network. So already I done a practical part. You can see the old videos. I started some. It's not at all going on. Okay. So here the problem in this one is this SCSI is depends upon this PC, right? This depends upon this PC. If this is a down, it means the connected device is also down. Again, like your shared printer, if system is down, the printer is also down, right? If printer is working, no more problem, but system problem is there, but printer is also we can't access. Same thing like if this system is down, this the disk we can't able to access the data. We can't able to access anything through the network. Okay, anything we are accessing through the network, we can't access this entirely. We can't able to access the disk. How many disks are, for example, 10 disks are connected in a SCSI and system is down, we can't able to access the data in the disk, right? So this is the thing. Next, this SCSI is directly attached to this PC only. Understand, guys? Whatever happened. Okay, these disks are directly attached to this PC. If this PC agrees, then only other PCs can able to access the data. If other PC want to access the data, based on this PC permissions only we can able to access. No centralized control. Centralized control is there, but still more depends upon this PC. Simple. Okay. So that is a two problems. There is a few problems in a directly attached SCSI drives. Directly attached SCSI drives. Then they came with a solution, that is iSCSI. They came with a solution called iSCSI. iSCSI is nothing but a box. Very simple. It's nothing but a box. In this box, there is a several disk slots are there. You can type in a Google also to see this how the boxes look like. Okay, several slots are there for inserting disk, and also there is a circuit board like a motherboard only, and it contains a network interface card also there. Okay, network interface card is also there. Okay, it is connected to network. This box is connected to network. So if I want to access any of this disk through network, I can able to access. So I didn't depends upon the a server. Total burden will be reduced on the servers. Okay, I can access through this box only. It will maintain its contents is one motherboard and a network interface, so I can connect with the network interface also. Of course, we can see how we can able to access the SCSI, so we can access it. I'm getting okay. So iSCSI will access through network. So what I we discussed. So IDE, first IDE we discussed. PATA, IDE PATA, same thing like a parallel interface only. Ribbon interface. SATA is a serial interface, single cable. So in a SATA cable, having a one drive, we can able to connect it. So in a PATA connector, we can cable two drives maximum. We can connect it. So totally four drives we can able to connect it here. But SCSI is a small computer system interface. It is set of standards like multiple devices we can able to connect it. So both hard disk and thing. And SCSI is a hard swappable. When device is running, we can able to connect it and we can disconnect the devices. Number of devices we can connect it. More number of devices is connected depends upon the SCSI adapter. Depends upon the SCSI adapter. Okay, and HD hard disk, CD-ROM, scanner, printers, different SCSI drives we can able to connect it. But iSCSI comes to only hard disk related one only. iSCSI is nothing but a simple box connector which contains a iSCSI disk. We can access the iSCSI disk over network or the network. So that we call it as a internet small computer system interface. Okay, so I will conclude faster. This is a different type of disk came into the market. One is IDE, means like a PATA interface, PATA thing, and it is a slower and less cost and performance is also low. And next generation is a SATA is came up, and iSCSI came up, and then SAS. SCSI is initially when they use a SCSI. Remember, guys, the SCSI usual interface is like a PATA type of interface only, 40 pin connectors only. Okay, usually parallel interface only there. Later, the SCSI, when this iSCSI came up, actually, when iSCSI came up, okay, when iSCSI came up, it is a SATA type of connector is came up, like a serial connector. So that we call it as a SAS disk. Okay, serial attached SCSI disk type. So you can try Google like. Okay. Okay, so SAS is SATA or network interface. So the interface is a main interface is SATA type of interface only. Okay, either directly connect as a SATA interface or maybe you can connect through the network, accessing through network, but it is connected to the board is with a SATA type of disk only. So remember that one. Next evolution is SSD. SSD. What is SSD? Solid state drives. In a school days, maybe in a college days. Okay, SSD. SSD means like something SSD. We hear the name SSD very powerful, but we didn't see. Now we are can able to see in the market. Okay, so what is a solid state device? It is like your pen drive only. The technology we use in a pen drive to store the data, same technology we are using. And become SSD is become nowadays most common in the system. Like you want to buy a new laptop or a desktop, it is showing like a 250 240 GB SSD. Okay, here it is there, right? So we'll go. Different type of SSDs also came up. Okay, so SSD is a much faster than normal hard disk. Okay, SSD is a more faster than normal hard disk. Okay, and so yeah, you can search it here. You can get it. Okay, different type of SSDs also there. These are external storage related one. The size is smaller. Okay, more powerful than a normal thing. Okay, SSDs is a smaller, smaller size, smaller size, and it is faster. Okay, faster than hard disk. Okay, smaller than normal hard disk, faster than hard disk, costly, costlier, costly than normal hard disk. Okay, so purpose of hard disk in generally store operating system. Okay, to store mainly operating system in a server operating system. Okay, because boot speed increases, so you start the system automatically, within a second you will get a screen. Okay, so less server the time than a normal hard disk. So installing application. Okay, so application function will increases, faster data reading and writing will increase, right? So application data writing, people who are playing a games. Okay, for storing a game, application means the games also comes under application. For games is better, you can store a game in a thing, but not suitable for, not suitable for. Okay, big datas. Okay, not suitable for store data. Data means high data means normal one file, two file is okay, but you have a terabytes of data is there, so it is not suitable for storing the data. So those store the data in normal hard disk and install a operating system in a SSD. It is like if you want to go, uh, just put in a YouTube like how to build a gaming PC, how to build a gaming PC or good PC with less cost. So lot of Hindi also it is there. So they will tell you what is the use of SSD and normal hard disk. What is the requirement, minimum requirement? I purchased 240 GB, 240 GB SSD also. Okay, in my desktop I have a 240 GB, have 240 GB SSD and 1 terabyte. I don't take want to take 2 terabytes, so I take 1 terabyte hard disk also. Okay. For laptop, I have a 500 GB hard disk earlier. Now I add a 1 terabyte extra added hard disk because I don't want to put SSD. Laptop, hard disk, and SSD almost similar sizes. Okay, similar sizes only. So I remove my CD-ROM and then I put a hard disk because I don't get a size, because these classes how can I take if I don't have a space in my disk, right? Right. Okay. So understand SSD. SSD, a small size NAND memory. It is a NAND memory type. Okay, it's a faster and costlier. And SSDs, in SSD we don't have a plotters like a hard disk. We don't have a plotters. It means in a normal hard disk, if small hit happens, if in a normal hard disk, if a small hit has happened, the possibility of damage, internal damage, is high in a normal hard disk. But SSD is a lighter weight. It's a lightweight actually. Lightweight. So weight. Correct, all right. So eventually, I got my self doubt completely. Okay. Uh, Costly, lightweight, and purpose is for storing operating system, application, and games. Not suitable for storing a data. Okay, it's a lightweight. Even small heat won't damage inside of the thing. Okay, so your SSDs um look like this one. See, like this is a SSD. This is like it's looking like a plastic body only. Okay, but costly. Okay, 240 GB. Can you see SSD of this one is a 3180. But if you take hard disk, 1 TB, if you put little bit money, you will get a 1 TB. Okay. Mm. This is a different one. NMMV PCIe. This is another type of SSD. So you can see this is a different type of SSD than normal SSD. Okay, this is different one. You can go with SSD. This is hard disk. See, 1 TB of hard disk is 3000 rupees here now. 1 TB of SSD. How much cost? So much cost. This is a 1 TB 3D NAND NMMB type of storage is around 8000. So where is the 3000? Where is the 8000? Okay, you can type like this: 1 TB SSD. Okay, 1 TB of SSD. See Samsung 10,000, almost 11,000. This is also around 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 1 TB. Okay, yeah, this is having some other thing. Okay, see that's the difference between SSD and a normal hard disk. If you see the name NMME, that is also SSD only. Okay, so this is our about your type of disk. Okay, so I took a lot of time to explain this one, but I will go faster in the next section. So where am I?